Is Sportsman's Warehouse a good place to shop for EDC gear? I would definitely say yes. If you want to shop with me, keep watching to the end of this video and you can see kind of what I saw there other than the things I bought. Other than that, I'm going to review for you what I got. And you know, I spent about $100 on this. I didn't get a wallet. I didn't get a pen or paper. And I think that's about it. I got a flashlight, a knife, a multi-tool, a water bottle, and a key management solution. You won't be too surprised by that one, so let's start with it. This is the Night Eyes G series, and not too exciting. You know, you take your EDC gear, you put it on here, and then you slip it past the second gate, and now you can use this first gate to hang it from something like your belt loop or backpack strap or something like that. And this is actually a really nice option for controlling your keys. Not too exciting, probably not the first time you've seen that, but I did get this size 4 for only $5, which is actually better than the price that I saw on Amazon for the same thing. And that is going to be a theme of the things today. Everything here is for less than the price I saw it on Amazon, except this next guy right here, which was a tiny bit more. I paid about $15 for this Night Eyes doohickey ratchet. Now this is a pretty cool tool. It's got a carabiner kind of gate here, so you can hang it from something if you want, including your key ring, of course, which I think is kind of the theme behind the doohickey series of Night Eyes tools. It's got the requisite cap lifter and a couple hex wrenches there. That's a 1/4 and a 5/8, and then there are 2 metric sized hex wrenches in here, 5 millimeters on the top and 5.5 millimeters on the bottom. And I think some other sizes as well, which aren't marked, might happen inside here somewhere if you take out these bits. Now, of course, these double-ended bits here are meant for use with this ratcheting driver on this side, and I'll show you that in a second. But first, let's look at this large little pry bar up here, which also has a scoring point, they call it, which I think you could use to open packages. It could, of course, also be used as a large flathead, I assume. Now, here's where this gets kind of interesting. So this rubber piece right here, it kind of slides, and that's not immediately obvious. Maybe it is if you read the directions, but I didn't spend my time on that kind of thing. And once you slide it down, you can actually pop out one of these bits. It is a double-ended ball detent bit, which then slides right into the ratchet. And inside the ratchet, if you can see that, I'm not sure, it's got a little spot for that ball detent to go. So once it gets in there, and this is a standard 1/4 inch bit, you can actually kind of lock it in, and it's in there pretty good. Now, in this case, the setup that I have, I would be able to screw in a screw like this, and then if I wanted to unscrew the same screw, I could take out the ratchet, and then I'd be able to unscrew that the same way. Now, I would actually think this might be a nice multi-tool for hospital carry since it doesn't have any blade on it and it's not overly complex. I also wonder if these 2 hex wrenches right here may not be capable of opening an oxygen tank in an emergency. But the one thing that's kind of disappointing about this is that these are too short, you know, to be able to really get into any recessed screws significantly, and you need a lot of space to use something like this. So I know these ratcheting tools are kind of popular, but I guess I just don't find it that easy to actually use them on a day-to-day basis. All right, so let's move on to something that I was completely happy about this. You guys, I got this guy right here. This is the CRKT Minimalist Cleaver for only $20. I am super, super happy about this as a EDC tool. Now, I'm not really, I do enjoy looking at knives and seeing different types of knives and things like that, but really, as far as owning them, I want them to be functional, right? This is great because you are not going to stab anybody with this. And yet the point is sharp enough to open all sorts of clamshell packaging. I used it on all of this gear today that I was opening. I really like the idea of using a fixed blade knife as a safer option compared to folding knives. And really, this is still pretty small, even when it's in its sheath right here. I really like how these deep finger grooves allow me to get a very strong grip. There's no way I'm dropping this, putting it somewhere. It's not going to slip. It feels very comfortable and secure to use this for all sorts of different cutting tasks that I've been trying it on today, including, like I said, that clamshell packaging, which can get a little iffy at times. So I'm really excited to see this, and you can expect to see this knife again in an upcoming video where I'm going to be looking at safer knife options for EDC use. Now this came with this sheath, and also has a lanyard that I think might be meant to be used as a neck lanyard. Of note, when I tried it out, because this clip that they have here, it slips if you pull on it. You would not get choked if this got stuck into something. This would just slip right off. As long as you didn't have any knots, obviously you wouldn't use it with it tied up like this. There is another option though. This guy could go on molly webbing, or I actually think a 1-inch belt could slide through here as well if you wanted to like carry your knife on your belt like this, pointing up. I think that would be an okay option if that was something you were interested in as well. But again, I think you'd need a kind of thin belt for that. I don't think it would work on the 1.5-inch belts that seem to be more standard. But I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. I didn't bring a belt with me on this trip. Let's move on to something else that is nice and small and EDC-able. This Nebo Slim Mini flashlight is actually pretty cool, but there's one drawback, so don't run off and buy it till you hear the whole deal. So this does shine bright, and then less bright, and then off. It was only 20 bucks, which I thought was pretty great, and it is rechargeable. It is rechargeable right under here, and when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that is a USB-C, and I saw the cable it came with. That is a USB-C cable. So I plugged this into my regular USB-C charger, and nothing happened. Then I plugged it in to the USB-C cable that it came with, and I see it is different. That USB-C cable actually is a little bit longer. The USB-C section is longer, and that seems to be necessary to charge this cute little flashlight. So you guys, that's a problem. I don't want to have like 15 chargers. I might as well get a mini USB or a micro USB or like anything else, because those are more common than this super long USB-C. So I'm actually really disappointed about that. I'm disappointed that I can't charge this with my regular charging system. I don't know, so that's kind of a bummer, to be honest. Especially because that cable has a USB-C-A on the other side, which I'm just not going to be using. All right, so the other thing I wanted to point out about this is I think that this really slim thing is a really nice idea to put in a kit, because the button is on the side, and so I don't think it's going to be activated by accident. Now there is no way to lock this out, so if you're going to be rough on your kit and you think it may be turning on the flashlight accidentally there, then you may want to reconsider carrying this. But for the most part, I actually think since it doesn't have a lockout, that's a great place to put the button. And finally, I did get an EDC water bottle today. This hydro flask is the 20-ounce wide mouth type, and it's going to be easy to clean, easy to use. I have not gotten any off tastes from this today. Now my favorite water bottle is still going to remain my Pyrex water bottle, which is glass. It will break if you drop it, but it's coated in a type of silicone that kind of keeps the broken glass shards together. Take a look at my video where I broke it on purpose if you want to see the difference between that and other water bottles. But glass is just my preferred way to drink water. But this has been really nice today, and definitely it's very waterproof. It is not leaking whatsoever. So today I spent a total of 88 bucks. This one was $28. This flashlight was $20. The CRKT Minimalist Cleaver, my favorite item today, was 20 bucks on a really good sale, $15 off. And this Night Eyes G Series Beaner was 5 bucks. I think this is actually going to be a major part of my everyday carry. This is something I've wanted for a while. This will come with me on trips, and if I don't mind this charging system, a proprietary charging system, you guys, this will make its way into a kit. If you want to come shopping with me and see some of what I saw at Sportsman's warehouse today, stay tuned. Hey everybody, I'm Ann, and I have traveled to Sportsman's warehouse because I'm in West Virginia. Never been to this store before. Looks like it's got reloading, clothing, footwear, and over there it says hunting, fishing, camping. Let's see if we can find an EDC setup. Let's just say that finding a knife or a multi-tool here is not going to be a problem. I'm just walking really quick to give you an idea of what we got here. Leatherman, you know what? Look at this. They have Raptors and Raptor Rescues actually in different colors. And I think the Raptor, what is the Raptor? That's just a shears with a strap cutter and a glass breaker. No, the Raptor, I don't know. Interesting. Rev, Skeletal, all the prices seem to be about what you would pay online for a lot of this. I was talking to someone else shopping here, and he really wasn't finding a lot of great deals, although probably this CRKT Minimalist Cleaver may be a good deal. really like the looks of that. That might be what comes home with me. Like these combos, I haven't seen. A Shard XL plus an Air Ranger. Not a knife I've been interested in the past, but they've got so many things that I have not seen in person. I've never seen a Lockdown Slim Pry in person. I've never seen a Lockdown Drive in person. The armbar cork, may I say, you know, honestly, you can get this for $15. Sometimes it's an amazing tool, and that's an amazing price when you get it that cheap, but here you are spending definitely a bit more. But the benefit is you get to see some of this stuff ahead of time. Oh my gosh, this is actually a good price on the Rambler, right? 27 bucks for a Rambler. Now, I did not have any checked baggage when I came here, so whatever I buy, I'm going to have to send home. And then we get to some outdoor edge things that I'm interested in a bit as well. That one's pretty interesting up there. All right. And here we go with some more things here. This is a lot of what is out there, only is actually out of the package, so you can hold it, see it. Some of it looks really interesting. Some stuff I've never seen before, like this Benchmade. I don't even know what this is. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, so I would say this is a really, that Razel's super interesting. I've wanted to look at that for a while. Anyway, this has been a super interesting visit to the knife section. I'm going to pick something out. Here we have a ton of Hydro Flasks and Camelbacks, and then some other brands I'm not as familiar with, 50/50 and Smart Source, and then Sportsman's Warehouse. And then around the corner here, there are some Yetis. After some research, I picked the most amazing color Hydro Flask. In addition to the purses, they had a few fanny packs and a ton of full-size backpacks, all the way up to hiking packs. The problem I'm having here with flashlights is that, yeah, there are some things I would like to try. Like, yes, I definitely want to try a flashlight that goes 3/4 of a mile, but that thing is huge. Definitely not EDC. And I love these different kinds of lanterns. They've got some less expensive lanterns too, but that doesn't really meet your EDC needs. This one looks really cool with a combination of flashlight and lantern, but you know what? It is still pretty big here. I don't know, I can't really show you, but here, compared to the other headlamps there, look at that. Headlamps I'm not really looking for. Some of these flashlights are really cheap. I used to have some glow stick lights like this. This rechargeable USB microstream one looks good, but for the price, I just am not feeling anything I want here. So I think what I'm gonna do is go the other direction. Instead of something I want, I'm gonna go with something that may actually be helpful, that I've wanted to try. I have no idea if this is going to be good, but we're going to give it a try. And hey, it keeps with my greenish colored theme here. Okay, for key management, I know this is a little bit on the big side, and it's not too interesting, I think, but I'm going to go with this because look at this mess I've got right now, already with an S-beater on there. Okay, they actually have a lot of multi-tools here. I love some of the options that they have available, but the prices aren't amazing. We've got some Swiss Army knives here, more than I have ever seen in a store, but they are, you know, they're basically full price, with the exception of this Rambler here. That's a good price, but I already have a Rambler. I'm really happy to see some of these items in person. I think some of this stuff is really cool. Super glad that I got to see what this guy looks like, because I've been wanting to get a Gerber quadrant with that bamboo look on there, or whatever all that is, for a while. But you know, I just don't think this price point is what I'm looking for a lot of these. So I'm going to go over back to the Night Eyes section. I'm going to pick up that doohickey ratchet I saw over there. I just have to show you this. I've never seen anything like this. Yes, this is a barbecue multi-tool. Okay, I've got this thing unfolded. It's got a cap lifter, it looks like, inside the wine bottle opener. I am not a barbecue person, so I'm not sure what this hook would be for, presumably moving stuff around the grill. Okay, it's got a basting brush and it's got a spatula, all of which fold up, not exactly into this handle, but they, let's see if I can show you. Yeah, they're non-locking tools, but they fold right up like this. Isn't that incredible? Okay, I'm over here by the lighters and I actually see this Nebo brand Slim Mini, and when I look in the back, this is actually recharged with USB-C. It is super thin, has a pocket clip, looks pretty cool. I definitely would like to try that. I gotta find out how much it is though. Okay, I'm back at these handbags now. That flashlight was only 21 bucks. These are also a good deal. Well, this has been an amazing shopping trip at Sportsman's warehouse here, and I'm gonna go take this stuff back to the hotel. We'll see what we got.